Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're joining me today. My name is Obioramba Igboweze, reaching you from Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University. Today's date is Oye Market Day in the 4th month of the Igbo lunar calendar called Onwa Ano. I know no one can know. And Tatawo Oyem Boshi Oye. Na Igbo calendar. This Igbo calendar, we run from April 23 to May 20. And today's date in the Roman Catholic calendar is May 2nd, 2025. Remember, at Nkolo Mahadum, we always advise you to use your naturally given common sense, which we call akonuche in Igbo language, to evaluate all the information you are getting every time before you make a decision. And we have also maintained that since other universities present their lectures to benefit them, other cultures like the United States, China, Russia, India, Japan, Australia, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and others, we at Nkolo Mahadum will also present our information to you in such a way as to benefit the Igbo man and the African people. Therefore, we are advising you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and like our lectures, comment, and share it to everyone in order to reach all the people around the world. And today's title of today's lecture is Nnamdi Kanu Trial, Analysis of Questions and Answers from the Witness PWAAA. Remember that this first witness called PWAAA is a DSS officer, having worked for the DSS for 18 years. And he's wearing a mask covering his face and hidden from view. Okay? So the question we asked in the last lecture is, why is he wearing a mask and why is he excluded from being seen? And we at Nkolo Mahadum think that that's not right. And in the court of today, one of the Nnamdi Kanu late counsels, Agabi, son, questioned the witness as follows. Agabi is speaking, saying, "Did you take my client's statements with or without his lawyer the day you arrested him in 2015? And the witness says, yes, his statement was taken without his lawyer. They took Nnamdi Kanu's statement without his lawyer. Then Agabi threw the second question, from the video evidence, were you the person interrogating Nnamdi Kanu? And the witness says, yes, I was among. He was among, but he wasn't the person really interrogating Nnamdi Kanu. And Agabi asked him, did you appear in the video? And he said, no, I didn't appear in the video. Agabi asked the witness, what was your assessment specifically? The witness says to arrest Nnamdi Kanu and bring him to Abuja and interview him. So you were to arrest him and interview him and bring him to Abuja to interview him. Then why are you then interviewing him in Lagos without his lawyers? Another question from the Agabi Nnamdi Kanu counsel. Apart from the defendant, did you obtain statements from others? The witness says, personally, no, I didn't. Agabi, at the time of arrest, you withdrew from him all the items presented in court. Witness, yes. Were those all his personal properties? Witness, yes. Are there other items that haven't been presented? Items considered offensive? Witness, my lord, the items might not be offensive, but action behind it. So there's no gun that was seen with Nnamdi Kanu. There was no weapon that can hurt somebody that was, seen with him. There's no weapon. But he was saying the action behind it. What is the action behind it? We need to know. Agabi, no. Answer me correctly. Did you analyze the items? Witness, my task wasn't to analyze the items obtained. So, Agabi, so you didn't analyze it? Witness, I didn't, except his phone. Agabi, is the phone analysis in evidence? Witness, stutters, no, but it was considered immaterial. So the witness said that they analyzed the phone, but whatever is in the phone is considered immaterial. If whatever is in the phone is considered immaterial, why are you then analyzing it? Agabi, do you agree most of the items have lost their usefulness over 10 years? Witness, yes. So most of the items you recovered in the past 10 years have lost their usefulness, and the witness says yes. So if they have lost their usefulness, why are we in court? Agabi, in 10 years since you first arrested him, have you seen anyone who claims he committed a crime? Witness, no, I haven't. So if you haven't seen anyone since he was arrested who claims that he committed a crime, why are we in court? Because the witness says no. Agabi, you said you find him with someone. Did you find anything incriminating on the person? Witness, no, we didn't. Even the person that was with Nnamdi Kanu, nothing incriminating, no weapon, nothing was found on them, according to the witness. Agabi, did you confirm the person as a facilitator of terrorism? Witness, no, we did not. Now, if you did not find the person as a facilitator of terrorism, why are we in court? That's the question we are asking from Nkolo Mahadum. Agabi asked again, did you find any instrument of violence on my client, the defendant? Witness, none. So if you didn't find any instrument of violence, why are we in court? That is the question we are asking from Nkolo Mahadum. Did you contact any of the persons the defendant named in his statement as working with him? Witness, he did not name anybody. Agabi, is it only one statement that was obtained from him? Witness, in Lagos, yes, but in Abuja, other statements were obtained. Agabi, apart from the defendant, is there any other person standing in trial with him? Witness, I don't know. Agabi, I put it to you that in the entire nation, this defendant is the only person standing trial for the agitation for Biafra. Witness, I do not have information about that. All I know is I did the arrest in Lagos. Agabi, from your knowledge, the agitation does not have any other person apart from the defendant. Witness, certainly not correct. Agabi, so who are the rest? Witness, from the news on social media, I know Simon Ekpa. Witness, continuing, so because of what you read from social media, you want my defendant to be sentenced to death? That was Agabi asking him, because he said that from the news on social media, he knew Simon Ekpa. And so Agabi was asking him, So because of what you read from social media, you want my defendant to be sentenced to death? Witness, I have said what I know. Simon Ekpa is working with him. Agabi, is Simon Ekpa standing trial with my defendant? Witness, I know he was arrested too. Agabi, but is he standing trial with my defendant? Witness, I don't know. Now, let's deal on this issue with Simon Ekpa. You know, if you have been following the news, you will know that the indigenous people of Biafra, led by Chike Doziem, has been distancing themselves, saying that Simon Ekpa is not a member of IPOB. Simon Ekpa was recruited by the Nigerian DSS, Nigerian government. Simon Ekpa is working for Nigerian government. They planted Simon Ekpa. Nigerian government planted Simon Ekpa to cause the insecurity in the southeast so that they can blame it on Nnamdi Kanu, and also for the people to turn against IPOB. That was the two reasons why they recruited Simon Ekpa. And the defendant is saying that he doesn't know if Simon Ekpa is standing trial with Nnamdi Kanu. He's not standing trial with Nnamdi Kanu. He's lying. You know, so Simon Ekpa has nothing to do with Nnamdi Kanu. As Simon Ekpa was recruited by the Nigerian government and Nigerian DSS that are working for the Nigerian government and Nigerian politicians. Has nothing to do with Nnamdi Kanu. Again, we are keeping count of your I don't know, Mr. Witness. Agabi continued. Is the defendant charged with damaging properties of people or government? Is the defendant charged with damaging properties of people or government? Witness, what I know is he is charged with terrorism. Goes on to give a conceptual definition of terrorism. Okay. Agabi, but is he charged with damaging anyone's property? Witness, maybe not personal, but remotely, he instructed people to destroy government properties. Agabi, do you know a single person who damaged any properties according to my defender's instruction? Witness, it is not my duty to answer that question. He turns to the judge and asks if he can be limited to questions. He answers. The judge declines. Why should you be limited to questions? You are there to answer questions. So you should be answering all the questions being from the lead counsels of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You should be answering the questions. Agabi, did my defendant say the nation is suffering from corruption? Witness, I cannot remember. Agabi, he said the nation is suffering from corruption, true or false? Witness, that question should not be put to me. Why shouldn't that question be put to you? Judge interjects. You do not dictate the questions that you should be asked. Kindly answer the questions. The judge telling the witness to answer all questions and not to tell the lawyers what to ask him. Agabi, do you remember any defendant said, do you remember my defendant said the country lacks infrastructure? Witness, I cannot remember, but he called the country a zoo. Agabi, can you remember if he apologized for the uncomplimentary remarks he made about the president and Igbo leaders? I don't remember. Agabi, do you remember when he described IPOB as a voluntary organization? Witness, I can't remember. Agabi, do you remember he said IPOB does not engage in armed struggle? Witness, I cannot remember. Agabi, do you know there's been killings in the country in Kaduna? Witness, yes. Agabi, the killings, is it from the agitation of separation of states? No. Then, the killings in Kaduna, even the Nigerian government is not talking about it. All the killings, both in Benue State, in Plateau State, in Borno State, in Zamfara State, in Sokoto State, all over Nigeria, even in Enugu State, in Hamufu, Ebonyi State, in Yoruba Land, Ondo State, and everywhere around the country. They're not talking about it. They have time to be wasting with a trial that doesn't make no sense. Agabi, do you say IPOB was proscribed? Witness, yes. Agabi, who were the parties to the action in which IPOB was proscribed? Witness, the federal government. Agabi, do you know if the application was ex parte? Witness, no. What is ex parte is the proscription of IPOB. They just went to court without IPOB lawyers being there and get that judgment. That is ex parte, where you go to court and you just get a judgment. The person that you are trying to prosecute is not there. That's how they got that judgment. And IPOB had been suing them to court since that time to come to court. They were running away from court. Eventually, a suit filed in January 2023 by Aloy Ejimako, by Justice, presided by Justice, where Justice Onovo AO declared that IPOB prescription was unconstitutional. And that was in a suit number E/20/2023. IPOB prescription was unconstitutional because they were not in the courts when the prescription was handed down. And the courts, the unconstitutional declaration by Justice Onovo was against the Southeast governors. It was the Southeast governors that proscribed IPOB, not the federal government. Now, going back to the questions, do you know any IPOB member? No, but I have seen him during broadcasts issuing directives to IPOB members. Have you seen any IPOB member being prosecuted? No. Is it a crime to propagate ideologies? No. Agabi continue. Which are the states to which IPOB message is directed to? Witness, majority Southeast, South states. Agabi, name them. Witness, he names the Southeastern states. Agabi, these states have lawmakers, governors, etc. being represented nationally. Witness, yes. Agabi, are they constitutionally established? Yes. Agabi, these states have the security personnel and they receive federal allocation. Witness, yes. Agabi, every Nigerian lives in all the states you mentioned. Witness, yes. Agabi, so does it mean the people of these states to mention don't carry out their supposed leaders' orders? Witness, there are people that in that state who carry out his instructions. Agabi, do you have evidence? He doesn't have no evidence. Witness says no. Agabi, are you aware even the court apologized to my defendant for some of the wrongs done to him? Witness, I wasn't in court that day. Agabi, are you aware the people of the Southeast are in the DSS, Air Force, military, etc.? Witness, I am aware. Agabi, a former Inspector General of Police and others are from the Southeast. Witness, yes. Agabi, in line with all these offices mentioned, nobody from that region is guilty of the accusation you made against them. We have mentioned states where there's unrest and the Southeast isn't part of them. Witness, we have videos where miscreants commit atrocities and mention Nnamdi Kanu as their leader, and he sent them to do it. Agabi, do you have evidence to that? Witness, personally, no, but the service has. You do not have any evidence. You say that the service, DSS, does have evidence. Oh my God. This witness doesn't know what he's talking about. Agabi, for many years, there has been killings in Zamfara. Is it as a result of agitation for separation? Witness, no. Then why are you not talking about the killings in Zamfara? Agabi, there has been killings in Benue. Is it a product of agitation for separation? Also, no. So why are they the killings in Benue? Agabi, are our highways safe? To some extent, according to the witness, they are safe. Agabi, many villagers have lost lives. Nigerians killed in churches and mosques, correct? Witness, I remember a few of those instances. Agabi, are those killings product of agitation or separation? Witness, no. Agabi, schools have been attacked and students unalived, correct? Witness, yes. Agabi, do these killings have anything to do with agitation for separation? Witness, no. This brings to the end the question and answers as presented by the High Court today in the Nnamdi Kanu trial. So my people, the question we have for you from Kolomadum is, as an Igbo man, as an African, do you think Nnamdi Kanu will get a fair trial from this High Court in Nigeria? A High Court which sent the military to kill Nnamdi Kanu on September 10, 2017, and he escaped. A government that illegally drugged Nnamdi Kanu, beat him up, and renditioned him from Kenya to Nigeria on June 29, 2021, that we get justice from this court. A country that disobeys her own court orders, as Nnamdi Kanu was freed, discharged, and acquitted by the appeal court on October 13, 2022, and the country disobeyed that court order to release him. Are you sure that Nnamdi Kanu will get a fair trial from this trial? We at Nkolomahadum, we are saying, with all these questions and answers, you can see that Nigeria doesn't have any case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they should free him unconditionally, sending him back to Kenya or London, and save the country from shame. That's what they need to do. And because we said we have a key to time, we are looking at the time. Today, we just went through the court trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, where the witness PWAAA was questioned by Agabi, senior advocate of Nigeria, representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I have seen the question and the answers, and from what we are concluding from Kolomadum is that Nigerian government don't have any case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and should release him unconditionally. And before we end this lecture today, we have to advise our people with the rampant Fulani herdsmen, terrorist killings across Nigeria and our land. Our people should defend themselves if the government fails to. It is obvious the government has failed to defend the people, and the people should then defend themselves. If not, you will be run over and Fulanized and Islamized. And with this, we shall be bringing today's analysis of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial to an end. Thank you very much for joining me. Join us in our next lecture, which is coming up in a few minutes' time. And have a